Okay.
Okay, we're on.
Hello.
Hello.
We're back again.
Yeah. I've put a hat on because I've got lockdown hair. Where's the fucking barber?
Hey, everyone had to learn how to cut their own hair.
I tried that last summer when the lockdown was like first one. He was like, I've got this beard shaver thing, right? And then my son said, oh, I really need a haircut. Dad. I said, don't worry, I'll do it. I went on YouTube. I was like, cutting hair. I said, oh, this is a piece of cake. And I got him out in the garden. I went, oh shit. He was like, what? What have you done to my hair? I was like, I'm good at poetry. I'm just not a hairdresser.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Everyone goes on YouTube to learn how to do stuff, and maybe that's not the best choice.
That YouTube, big part of our lives. How are you doing? Are you still banned?
Yeah, well, today I should be off the ban, but the minute I put something up, I'll be banned. But my 40 other channels that aren't mine, they put up everything that I get banned for, and it's fine.
That's great. Yeah, by the way, if you're watching this, look at what channel it's on and don't support anybody that isn't properly Mel or me.
Right. It's ridiculous.
Pretty simple.
Ridiculous.
It's really weird though, isn't it?
Because and they don't care, because I actually said, I was like, yeah, I'm going to report it. Because there's somebody with more subscribers than me saying that they're the Mel K Show official. And right, you too, and getting like 100,000 views, and I'm like, what?
What? See, I think there's all sorts of stuff going on because this is like our 5th chat, I think.
Yeah.
And I think our 3rd. Most of our chats have had like 20,000 views on my channel, right. and then the 3rd one got 150,000 views.
Right.
What? I think they must have thought, oh, this is not Mel K's channel. Give it loads of views, and then go, oh no, it's Mark Attwood's channel. I don't know what.
Right. And it's like now, don't any day now, there's going to be a Mel K and Mark Attwood channel that's not ours. I have a Mel K and Wanu Savan, and I've never met him. I have a Mel K and Charlie Ward and Mel K.
I've got a Mark Attwood and Jimmy Savile channel, a Mark Attwood and Prince Philip channel, a Mark Attwood and Tony Blair channel. That's quite a good one, actually. It's like, Tony Blair, me, Mark Attwood.
Right. Oh, God. So any new poetry inspiration?
Do you know what? I've written three new poems,
yeah.
But the videos are not ready. And one of them's like, yeah, but that's that. But the two that I've got one to show you today that's not a very popular one, but I think you'll like it.
I like it.
One's more of a spiritual poem, and the other one's really about. It's called The Great Divide. I did it live on my channel the other week, and it's really about this period that we're in, this weird limbo period, and the kind of divisions that are coming in, the trolls and the infighting and all that nonsense. And it's all about rising above it.
Right.
Because
very important.
Because you know what? Anybody watching this is like, what about this person? What did this person say? What did this person? Who gives a fuck?
I know.
It's
completely a waste.
It's all going to come out in the wash.
Right. Exactly.
So I'm just
And every day we're getting closer. I see a lot going on that maybe people aren't seeing that I feel like is all on the right track.
Oh, it's all on
I don't know if you saw the CDC. The CDC, that's again a private organization funded by Big Pharma, has been caught, and they have 3 charges pending against them for inflating the numbers. Imagine that. Here's the crazy part: 1,600%. 1,600%.
Mm-hmm.
And that they changed
the same number that the White House. It's the same number as the White House.
True story. You've been talking to Tom Numbers.
No. I just happen to know that the White House is at number 1,600, isn't it?
It sure is. Sure is. Yeah, and it's looking more and more like we've been right all along. I mean, which isn't my goal, but in this report that I saw on National File, it basically said that this was about mail-in voting.
No, really? Do you think so?
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Well, I'm sure that there was a president at some point in recent history going, this mail-in voting's not good. It's not good. I'm sure there was a guy that said that, and has been saying it for a number of years,
right,
and consistently. Was it Obama? Was it Obama? I can't remember which president.
No, Obama's saying Obama's worried about life after America.
No, life after death is what he's worried about. There is none. Obama, Barry, your time's got. Well, you're already gone, but Barry's spirit, fuck you. Sorry, I do that a lot on our videos. I'm sorry. I just
No,
you know what?
I
You
appreciate
know what?
it.
I'm a little bit hyper. I was in the loo just before the call, and I thought, well, I need a joke for the start of this show because I usually have one. I hadn't had time today, and then it came to me and what was going to happen is you were going to say, "How are you today, Mark?" And I was going to say, "I'm like Eddie Murphy in 1984," and you're going to say, "What's that?" And I go, "Delirious." And then I was thinking, nobody's going to get that unless they're 50.
Right. I got it though.
You got it when you're
Oh,
younger
those
than
were the
that.
days. Those were the days when comedy was still great. That's
Oh,
the
actually, I memorized Delirious in the 80s.
Oh my God. And Raw. He was the best. He was
Oh,
so
he was
great.
brilliant. What
I
happened
know.
to him?
You
Eddie,
know,
Eddie,
Hollywood.
get away from that plate, Eddie. Get away from that plate, or you'll be a 7-year-old walking the dog no house motherfucker. I love that show.
Yeah. And yeah, those were the days. I don't know what
Actually, I
happened.
look a bit like Eddie Murphy in Coming to America when he plays the white Jewish guy in The Barber. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That's what
Isn't
I
that
look like.
racist?
No, is it? I
Isn't
don't
that
know.
racist?
Well, you just,
Whiteface?
but that was in the 80s. How good were they at making a black guy look like a little old white guy
So great.
30 years ago? Could they do that now? Joe Biden? Look,
Yes,
can you see a mask line? That's a
I know.
necklace, not a mask line, by the way. Anybody
Right.
watching this?
Well, Biden has been so busy that he got to play Mario Brothers, a game for third graders, with his granddaughter over the weekend. Yeah,
I
weird.
thought he was busy destroying the planet.
Yeah, no, he's not busy anytime. He's got any extra time. And then they go
Talking.
and report it like that's a good thing. You know, Donald Trump didn't stop working 1 minute for 4 years, 18 hours a day. So crazy.
Well, I
Yeah.
saw a great video on Facebook this morning of Biden. And it was like he was in a TV studio, and on the screen it said "Do not show to the public," and he's next to Jill, and Biden sat there, and he's sort of going.
I saw it.
Yeah, and I couldn't share it on Facebook, so I was like, "It's such an interesting."
No, I saw it, and it was
weird.
so weird.
Is he
What
a
was
robot?
that?
What is he?
I don't know.
There's a
And
mask thing there.
she seems so uncomfortable in the video too.
Yeah, like
Isn't it weird?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the woman in Isaac Asimov's I, Robot. Have you read that?
Yes, and they tried to make a movie of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Of course,
terrible.
that failed.
The book was brilliant, but
Right.
in the robot, she falls in love with the robot after time. But it's like that. That's what it reminded me of.
Very strange. Very strange. And
I've had a vision.
Yeah. Well, what?
I've had a vision.
Oh, tell me.
I think, and this is good because this is me just. I've got a feeling that something very big is gonna, like very scary, is gonna happen, because I can't. I've been saying this for a few months to my son, but this morning I was like, it's the only way. How are you going to wake up all these people?
Right.
You have to bring them to I think we're going to get taken to the perceived edge of disaster.
Right.
Rather
In
than.
terms of, what is your thought?
I don't know, like nuclear war or something like that. And I said this on Facebook this morning. I put up on Facebook and said, look, I think something. I said, think nuclear, think asteroid, whatever. Think something massive, scary that scares everybody. Like Ronald Reagan said in 1986 or whatever. Imagine there's a thing outside and it's bigger than that famous speech about ETs that he did.
Right.
And I'm not talking about necessarily a fake alien invasion, but I can't think. It just seems it resonates with me a lot that we have to be. If this is going to be etched into our psyche so that we never forget it, it's got to be something that is actually literally terrifying.
Right.
What do you think? I mean, people talk about the EBS, and I'm like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that?
I don't know. I don't know. At this point, I am thinking that the next marker of sorts will be at the Supreme Court. Not that we can have any faith in them, but they are hearing those cases this week. And if they do not do their job and follow the Constitution and protect the Constitution, the rule of law, and the election process, then after that, the military is the only option, obviously. And, that's when, if they do the right thing and protect the people and realize that the whole planet is going to suffer if they don't right this wrong, then, that's where we'll go. I mean, I just feel like right now, the Supreme Court, I'm telling everyone, call the Supreme Court, send them emails, tell them, every fraudulent vote took away a valid vote from one of we the people, and that's the crime. It doesn't matter, first there was no cheating. Then there wasn't enough cheating to change the election. Well, any cheating at all is enough cheating.
Well, I saw the interview with the president's lawyer after the impeachment that was on
right.
CNN, where she was horrible. Where did they get these
What a
people
horrible
from?
person.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And he was saying, and then he was brilliant with her, because he led her into a trap, and then said, "Hang on, you're saying that a bit of cheating's all right?"
Right.
And she was backtracking. And he was just throwing his microphone down. I thought it was marvelous.
So did I. We need more of that. We need more of that. People got to call these media out. This new press secretary, who everyone should know once worked for Brennan, an avowed communist and a supporter of the Muslim Brotherhood and a convert to Islam. So she worked for him, and now she's out there.
Can we just circle back on that one later?
Yeah. So now she says in a press conference that she's not sure that Israel and Saudi Arabia are allies. What?
Excuse me?
I know.
You're the press secretary, right?
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to circle back on that one again?
Right. Well, he wants to go back into the Iran deal. He wants to go back into war everywhere in the world. And, right now, the Supreme Court has a chance to save our country. I have no faith at all in the two professors that Obama put on the Supreme Court. And, we all really fought in America, the good guys, for Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett, but they wouldn't look at it before the election. My only thinking of that is they had to let them commit the crime of certifying the election.
Yeah.
But whatever the case may be, they do have a chance. I have no faith in our justice system or Department of Justice at all.
Yeah.
But there is that chance to stop the communist, socialist, one world government takeover of the planet.
Mel, it's not happening.
I know.
It's not happening. But people need to look into what it was and what it is. And I think this is all about showing people that this is what was going to happen. But it's not happening.
I know.
It's just not happening. I'm telling you.
I know.
So basically, we haven't got a lot to talk about. It's not happening. That's the end of the show. See you later.
No, but it's great, because I am noticing more and more people that were totally brainwashed, snapping out of it.
This is what I was going to ask you. Is that happening in the States?
Yes, it is. It is.
Great.
And the reason I know is because, for all places in this country that you would think people would have snapped out of it earlier, you would think New York City, but they didn't. But in the last week, several times I've been around people, because I obviously don't hide what I think. And it's more them overhearing me speaking, even if they're not at my table or whatever, and being like, we think that too.
Oh, this is great.
And it's like, people were too scared all this time to even say what they really thought, I think more than anything else. But it's a big bomb in New York. Well, I knew it all along about Cuomo, but it's come out. His aide came out and basically said that they lied because they were scared they were going to be investigated, which, pretty much says that they were committing a crime. Mm-hmm. And, once that came out, and then we found out that the woman who came out and admitted that they lied to everyone, including the Department of Justice, publicly, she came out. Her mother-in-law is Audrey Strauss, who's the head of the Southern District of New York Attorney General, that's on the Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell cases. So I was like, oh, hello, small world. Small world. What? Yeah. So we were just thinking, maybe she realized she was caught and called and was like, listen, what do you think? And she was probably like, get out in front of the story. Get out in front. But that's a big wake-up call here. Also, the arbitrary rules. So now we can be open 25% in restaurants, and we can be they can be
25%.
Right. So there's 4 tables in a restaurant of 30 tables, and then which is a loss, and it's 0 degrees out. So the outdoor dining ain't doing great. And then on top of that, now we can be open on Sunday, starting Sunday after 10 o'clock. They can be open all the way till 11.
This virus is so clever. Isn't it brilliant? It clocks on, it clocks off. It's brilliant.
It's the smartest virus ever.
It's
If you're
genius.
sitting down at a restaurant, doesn't touch you. If
Do
you
you know
stand
what? Do you know what else is
put on
amazing
a
about
mask.
what else is amazing about this virus is that it's almost completely eradicated the flu.
It's amazing. It's
Where
amazing.
did that
Yeah.
go?
I don't know. We saw some numbers last week. That week last year there was like 14,000 cases of the flu. This year, 23 cases.
That's amazing. I mean, that's incredible. This
I
this
know.
this this lockdown's really effective against the flu.
I know, isn't it crazy?
Wow.
What do you think is going on in the UK? I don't understand why they're
Everybody's
in this
losing their
like
tits in
draconian
there.
lockdown.
And before I talk about the UK, because I'm in touch with the UK regularly, I just say anybody watching this who's from New York, what you got to do is go and watch Spider-Man and go to the end scene with the Goblin, when all of you guys are throwing shit at the Goblin and say, you mess with one of them, you mess with me. That's what New York is to me.
I know.
Come on,
I've been
guys.
so shocked
Go
at
and
how
comb
New
his
York.
house and say things to him. I'm
It's
not
been
inciting
amazing
violence.
though. I would think of all the places New York would have fought back and they didn't at all.
Me too. I mean, I've got this mythical version of New York in my head. It's just based on watching Spider-Man films, I suppose. But come on, guys. Come on. You're amazing. Kick ass.
Yeah.
Not violently, non-violently, obviously. You can't. Can you kick ass non-violently? I don't know. It's metaphorical.
Well, yeah, you can mental. It can be mental.
UK, it's just like, so I ring my mum almost every night, and every time I ring her, she's got the TV blaring, right? She sat there. She's so funny. She sat there. She's got this neck thing on like this on her bed watching TV. And I said, "Are you on a plane?" She went, "What?" I said, "Are you on a plane?" "What?" "Turn the telly off." "Hang on, I've got to turn the telly off." "What?" "Are you on a plane?" "No, don't be silly. It's lockdown." I said, "What's that thing around your neck?" "Oh, you." It's all like that.
Right.
So my mum's been on my channel. You should go and watch it. She's funny as fuck.
Oh, wow, cool.
Yeah, I tried to explain. There's a really good one where I explained Donald Trump to her because she has no idea. So every time I speak to her, it's like a goldfish. It's like I said, right, Mum, before we start talking about dinner and everything, I said, don't get the vaccine and don't get the test. I've already had the test. I was like, oh, why? You know, it's like this.
I know.
She's a good barometer, right? Because she's in Birmingham, which is a sort of city in the middle of England, and it's just fear everywhere, masks everywhere. She's double. I don't know if I told you the story. She went to my brother's house, and he wouldn't.
Yeah, you told me that. It's
open the door, right?
Unbelievable.
So she's doubled up with the mask and everything. But most of the people I'm speaking to are just this plan to have a complete buffoons who just talk crap seems to be working.
Right.
There seems to be. I mean, I've got a lot of English people on my Facebook page, and there seems to be but you know, am I in an echo chamber? I don't really know. But there seems to be more people actually speaking out and saying stuff online, and just pointing out how ridiculous. I mean, I did a great one the other day. I think you'd like this because I was like, how do I do a post about vaccines without getting right?
Right.
So I just put up a list of the ingredients, and at the top of the post I said, hey, there's been this amazing medical breakthrough. All these amazing, we should all get this immediately and put it into our kids. Here's some of the ingredients: formaldehyde, blah, 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 blah. People at the bottom go, where'd you get this from? And I'm like, it's on the fucking packet.
I know. It's on the website.
Why would you stick it to us? So that works. And I haven't been blocked for that. So that's quite a good one. Anybody who wants to post.
Oh, you're very smart. Very smart. You have to get around it. God forbid you get real information.
The algorithm's keyword led.
I know.
So you just have to not put those keywords in.
Right.
And say nice things about it, but in a sarcastic way. See, the AI, the demons, they don't get humor and they don't get sarcasm.
Right.
And the bots and the trolls, they're all like humorless, soulless pieces of shit. So,
right. Yeah. You know, it's really, you know, after I read the CDC thing, I thought the crime against humanity here is so massive. If this all pans out, because even yesterday, one of the Wuhan guys said that like David Icke said a year ago, that the virus was never isolated. So if the virus was never isolated, how can there be a vaccine?
Well, have you heard of Jimmo Doherty?
Yes.
So Gemma's a really outspoken journalist in Ireland, right? And
Yeah,
she gets
I know of her. I've seen her.
she gets she's terrible hate mail and everything. She doesn't
I
help
know.
herself sometimes because she comes out of anti-Muslim stuff, I wish she wouldn't do that. But she does speak the truth about a lot of
I don't know.
things, and she did a video just before Christmas holding up a piece of paper because they did a freedom of information request. Her and another journalist called John Waters, and the freedom of information request came out with this virus has never been isolated, therefore it doesn't exist.
Right.
You say that to somebody in a mask and they want to kill you,
I know.
which is crazy, right? Because
Shouldn't it be great that it doesn't?
well, they should be pleased.
Right.
But they're not. They're angry with you because
Right.
they think you're dangerous to society.
Right.
And it's like, hang on, all the conspiracy theorists are now the truth tellers, and all the people, the normal people, are now the conspiracy theorists.
Right. Right. And people still don't realize that Google and Wikipedia are on the other side. So they then do their, when I say do your research, they go there and then they're like, well, that's not true. Snopes says it isn't true. Media Matter says it isn't true. And you're like, there's no hope for you if you
I
don't
know.
get that.
I mean, I call it
Google's working for the one world order.
I call it Wikipedophilia.
Yeah, for real. Oh God, just yesterday, Twitter
Twatter,
put
I call
out
that Twatter.
something. It's so gross. They put out something about they're no longer going to let. I guess they're suing Pornhub and all the people involved, MindGeek, all the people involved with that, and they just put out that they're not going to be that some of these tweets that are clearly pedophilia don't violate their rules.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm thinking, yeah, but real doctors who want to say that warn people about vaccine violate your rules. Real people saying, I saw cheating, I saw the testimony, violate your rules. But kind of pedophilic Twitters, nope, not so much. I mean, if you don't see that and know something's very, very wrong, then again, I don't know what to tell you.
This has to be part of the wake up. It has to be.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
surely that guy, anybody who doubts the Twitter stuff, just go and look up Jack, right?
Right.
Look up Jack posting about reading the Satanic verses in
Right.
2005 and talking about pizza and stuff like that. Jack's in the club.
I know he is big time,
Yeah.
big time. Both of them are. So is
Yeah.
Zuckerberg. There are some lawyers with some guts in America that have filed a $160 million class action lawsuit against Zuckerberg, Twitter, the Democratic National Committee, all these people for the election fraud that people can check out. But that's another thing because
did you hear about Poland?
no, what happened?
The Polish government have said they're going to fine Facebook every time Facebook shuts down free speech. I think it's like
Right.
250.
I saw that. I saw Poland was on the forefront of that, as they should be, since they already went through communism, socialism, and censorship once.
Well, this is the amazing thing. So where I live, there's a load of Romanians, right? And the Romanians are all clued up.
Right.
And one of them invited me around for a drink a couple of weeks ago, and I said, so what's going on in the Romanian community? He said, we know this is bullshit. I said, how come you know it's bullshit? He said, because we just came out of communism.
Right.
We recognize it. We know what this is.
Right. Right. I get emails from people all over the world, Cuba, Venezuela, China, Iran, all being like, what's wrong with the American people? Why don't they see what's going on? And I say,
they've never seen it before.
Right. And there's 2 generations of dumbed down kids that think that Mao and Stalin are heroes. Really?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, did you see yesterday that there's a school not a school, it's a library association for the kids that want to ban Shakespeare because Shakespeare is white supremacist.
Yeah, I was about to say he's a white supremacist, yeah.
Real story. I saw it yesterday, and there's actual teachers, real humans, apparently.
Yeah. Well, they're not real humans.
I know. No. Coming out and defending this and saying that it's sexist, racist Shakespeare.
To all you fuckers that agree with that kind of, fuck off.
I know.
You
oh my God.
Morons. Shakespeare's the greatest. God. By the way, Shakespeare didn't write any of those plays. Shakespeare was a pissed up actor from Birmingham. But
don't break my heart. I went to Stratford upon Avon.
Yeah, me too. They built a whole industry around this pissed up actor who couldn't write his own name. But
go to his house, then the baths.
The guy who really wrote those plays was a genius beyond belief, and the king, I think, was hounding him out of the country, and that's why he could say That's why he used a nom de plume.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, a bit like Biden, you know, he's like
Yeah.
the man who would be king.
Yeah, but imagine, you and I are writers. Imagine not having learned about that and his structure and the depth of the writing. And I mean, it's such a tool to teach, especially teach playwriting, screenwriting, how to build a plot.
Life.
You know,
It's teaching about
characters.
life.
Right.
A Midsummer Night's Dream is just like one of the
So
greatest.
many of them.
All of them is just phenomenal.
And then you would think that they would know that Othello is one of his great heroes, and he's black.
No, really?
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't a white guy with a black face on? Because I've seen.
No, I'm positive.
When I went to Stratford,
black.
it was definitely a white guy with black face paint. Mind you,
No,
that was
no,
the
no.
1980s when that was okay.
Yeah.
It was Laurence Olivier.
Exactly.
I'm Othello. No, you're not. You're Laurence Olivier.
Right. Exactly. No, I had a great acting coach who did the play, and he's amazing play. But they all teach life lessons and stories. There's some lunatic teacher in this article in New Jersey said that she gives out information on toxic masculinity before having her students read Romeo and Juliet.
Toxic masculinity. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the human race will not survive. And that is the idea. That's the whole point of it, right? There's 12-year-old kids around here identifying as non-binary. I think I mentioned this before in another episode. I might not have. And I'm like, that is only because of all of this pressure on them from school, the books, the media, the music, everything just piling on. In fact, I did a video on symbolism the other day on my channel, and the reason I did it is because symbolism is one of my favorite subjects. But a friend of mine came around and said, "Did you see the Late Show on RTE?" Late Show is like this prick who's like, it's like your late night chat show host. It's exactly the same format, right? He's a satanic prick who gets paid a stupid amount of money for coming out with non-jokes, and then gets kids to push vaccines on his show. And then this one, exactly the same model, right? And this one had all the frontline staff, all the firemen, the nurses, the doctors, the policemen, all in mass on top of a roof in Dublin, right? And there's these banking roofs in Dublin. If you drive through Dublin, you see there's like all these pyramids up on the roof, right? Along the Liffey, right? And they light them up at night and everything else. And they've also got a great big penis in the middle of Dublin now as well, which is called the Spire or something. And they did this musical number. And bless my mate, he's 70. We used to play tennis together, but we both got hernias, so we've not played for a bit. He comes around and he gets his phone and he shows me this. He said, "Have you seen this?" And I'm watching it. I go, "What the fuck's it?" He said, "This is the TV show the other night in Dublin." I was watching it. And within the first 10 seconds, it was done at night with lights, and they were dancing 6 feet apart with a mask on, and they were doing this sort of Irish dance. It was really strange, right? And then he freeze framed it, and the lights were forming the Masonic compass and square. So I put this right in your eyes. It's right in your face. Anybody not watching, the compass and square, the Masonic symbol, just go to Google and type, or DuckDuckGo, and type in the Masonic compass and square symbol or corporate logo, Saturn. The compass and square actually represents a cube. The cube is a 3D representation of a hexagon. The hexagon is representative of the storm on Saturn. You can fit 4 Earths at least into that storm. It's that big. Been raging for millions of years. Saturn is the black sun. These were sun worshippers. Saturn equals Satan. Satan worship. It all connects. And they're pushing it in the faces. And that frequency is going into the minds of these kids. And they're plugging it with the frequency of the Baphomet. The Baphomet is a goat-headed monster demon which has boobs and genitalia. It's like a mixture of the two, because the divine male and feminine isn't good enough for them, because they want to merge the two together, which is why you had Michelle Obama is really Michael, which is why you've got, I reckon, Kamala Harris is a guy as well. So you've got all this sort of all this transgender stuff is all Satanism, right? And it's all doing this to God. And that's why you need to be aware of the symbolism. I feel like I ranted a bit there. Sorry, Mel.
No, I like it. I love it. That people need to know that. Because it's real, and it's true. And you got to watch what your kids are watching these days, because they're out of control. And, even the Super Bowl thing, I asked somebody, they're like, "It was great." I'm like, what?
What? How is it great? I just watched some of that. I was like,
did you see Satan come down? Did you see
the demons all down the side? And I mean, the only reason I watched it is because somebody said it was like might be Michael Jackson in his suit. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. I'll go and have a look. And I was like, I'm just seeing satanic rituals again. What, you know,
Right.
as
Totally.
usual.
Oh, I saw your post on the stadiums. Pretty
Well,
interesting.
yeah, that's what triggered the symbolism thing. Because,
Right.
yeah,
Pretty interesting. It's
also
so
united.
crazy
It's everywhere.
because it's so well planned, you know,
Oh, for hundreds of
so
years.
well planned.
You know,
Yeah.
people are, you know, the Children's Hospital in Dublin from above is a reptilian eye. This hospital was supposed to be like 500 million. It ended up being like 2 or 3 billion. Why? Because of all the tunnels they built underneath it. And,
Oh,
you
Jesus.
know, this is the thing, you know, and this is what's going on in Washington, right?
I know.
The whole, yeah, so this is the thing, right? You're in America, Washington is sealed off. The White
Right.
House is dark, the flag's down, there's explosions going. Are people not going, what's going on?
No. And then, you know, yes, as I've told everyone since I went there, that the National Guard told me that they're not there to protect them, that they're there to protect the Constitution and we, the people. And they've been spinning this thing that they're there to protect them from rioters and, you know,
From
crazy
Trump
right-wing
supporters.
patriots. And then yesterday, Nancy Pelosi demands to know why they're there. Well, I thought they were there to protect you, was your story, because you guys are so scared of a planned false flag that you are accomplice in. And now she wants to do this woman has to be, now she wants to do a 9/11 type commission. Do you know how much money we've spent in America, taxpayer dollars, on the Russia hoax, the Ukraine total farce, total fake impeachment, this nonsense impeachment since they planned the event days earlier. Now it comes out that John Sullivan with the, you know, that's Insurrection Now, that got arrested and let out. CNN and NBC paid him each $35,000 for his footage from that day. Yeah, came out today and all over. And
It's not even that much money.
no, but apparently they were in on it because, you know, he just so happened to be right there when that Ashley Babbitt got shot, and he had the footage and he sold it. And then he went on CNN as a hero. And now it comes out that he was the one planning it. And now it comes out that Pelosi, Schumer, McConnell, all on their laptops and everything, they know that they knew about it. Trump offered help when he found out about it. They said no. And then they went with this whole farce. It's coming to the point where we've spent over $100 million in taxpayer dollars for them to try to take down Donald Trump.
Well, is that all?
No, I'm sure it's way more than that.
Hey, any of you guys that spent that money, firstly, it didn't work.
No, it didn't work.
Secondly, you're going to hell.
Yeah, and that money should be going to our homeless situation is out of control.
Listen, Mel, I haven't been to the States since 2009, right? And I was in San Diego, and we got taken to this restaurant, blah blah blah, and I was like, I popped. So I need to go to Cash Point, so I popped out the restaurant. And this is like the poshest street in San Diego. I couldn't believe it. This is like 12 years ago,
right?
And I said I'm never going back to the United States,
No.
never, right? And when Obama got, no way on earth am I going back there. It's a terrible. But now I'm like, when Trump's in, I want to move to the States. I want to live in Donald Trump's America because that's going to be an amazing place, right? Which is what it should have been. I mean, my God, how I think it's dawning on people how much we've been, not just us in our lifetimes, robbed blind, not just of money, but of our souls and our dignity and our energy and everything. But our ancestors, the unbelievable crap that we've been murdered on a mass scale.
Yeah.
But I'm getting the feeling people really are starting to dawn on them.
Right.
And it's a big shock, obviously, to a lot of people, but it's payback time for the human race. That's what it is.
I agree 100%. And yeah, people are starting to see that, not just, I actually talked to a general that was actually in Afghanistan with Flynn, and we were talking, he's retired, and he basically broke down to me the entire plan that was the Middle East, from going into Afghanistan and Iraq all the way to now. And it's all about the central bank. It's all about these Middle Eastern countries that wouldn't comply with the central bank, you know, and their plan and everything, and that it was one after another. And it's exactly where we've gone. And it never had, and he feels terrible because now he looks back and he thinks he sent people into battle for no reason, for greed and money.
It's awful. Anybody watching this who doesn't understand that, they need to look at PNAC, the project for the New American Century, which was written, I think it was in '99, and it was it laid out the plan for a mass event, which was 9/11, to get everybody panicked so they could go to war with seven. Who was the general that There was a general that overheard this and couldn't believe it and questioned it, and he got
General. It was Wesley Clark.
That's it, Wesley Clark. Yeah.
Yeah, he went downstairs after 9/11, and I think he said it was Rumsfeld that said, "We're going into Iraq," and he was like, "Why? Why? They don't have any weapons of mass destruction." And he said, "No, it's not about that." And then laid out the plan. And then Clark finally came out and said, "Listen, this is what really happened, and this is why." And some of these military, especially the vets and stuff, are looking back all the way to the beginning, and they're getting it that all these wars were financed on both sides, brought in on both sides, the whole thing. And it was really always for a small group of people's wealth and power.
Worse than that. Yeah.
Yeah, way worse than that. Yeah.
I mean, this is, I think anybody watching this needs to get over this idea that it's about money. It's never been about money, right? They've controlled all the money in the world. They have done for hundreds of years. It's about dominion, which is also a voting machine.
Exactly.
Right? That's why the voting machine is called Dominion.
Right.
Because they just want complete dominion over this realm. And it's a war between God and the devil. In simplest terms, that's what this is.
Right.
What was that? Do you remember the name of the project that they said that they came to Kennedy with, which was the first time I really heard about this, which was, I can't remember what it's called, but they said, yeah, well, what we'll do is we'll just blow one of our own ships up and tell everybody it was the Cubans and blah, blah, blah.
Tonkin?
Yeah, but there was a name for it. It was like Project something. And I think Kennedy was horrified by it.
Yeah.
But this false flag stuff, right?
Right.
Anybody watching this who doesn't believe that things are false flags, go and look at Ollie Domagard. Damagard. His work is amazing. And he started investigating the shooting, I think, of the Swedish Prime Minister, because that was a bit like a JFK takeout.
Right.
And when he looked into that, then it unfurled. And then he became an expert in the back channel says symbolism will be their downfall. Symbolism is the stuff we talked about. But it's also like they leave clues for everything because of the law of karma. So they have to tell you what they're going to do all the time. Even if you don't see it, it's not their fault. It's like, it's not my problem. I told them. And it's like, it's so nuts.
Yeah, that's like the Rockefeller Project Lockstep is telling us exactly what we're going through right now. Event 201.
Yeah.
They simulated the whole thing all the way down to the media, fear porn, the mass, all of it. And now they just did at the World Economic Forum, these demons out there, they did this polygon tabletop exercise to take down our grid. And boom, look at what happened in Texas. So
that was the other day, wasn't it? Was that the other day? Somebody emailed me and said, "Oh, I've had no power for 24 hours." So I was like, "What? Texas?
Right.
I missed it."
In New York City, we lost our internet for 10 hours 2 days ago, inexplicably. And the craziest part is we called the company, and on the machine, it said that that there was an unexpected outage and everything would be back on around 1 a.m. And we were thinking, how would they know that? If there was an unexpected outage, how would they know when it was coming back on? So.
Yeah, this unexpected outage will end in 30 seconds.
Right. Or like, you think like an hour, and they told us 10 hours. So what were they doing?
But this is, well, obviously, we know what they were doing.
Yeah.
Oh, movies, right? I watched The Prestige the other night which I've never seen before.
I've never seen it.
It's because I've been really, after Kubrick, the guy that I'm most interested in at the moment is, I can't remember his bloody name now, Batman, The Dark Knight, Tenet. What's his name?
Right. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Can't remember his name.
About
Oh God, my memory's completely shot at the moment. I can't remember anything. I've been watching his films all week. Anyway, The Prestige was Wolverine and Batman. Can't remember the actors' names. Christian Bale and Wolverine. Yeah,
that's what Hollywood's becoming. It used to be about we'll follow the stars. Now it's like, who's in that?
Yeah, which superhero did he play? But The Prestige has got David Bowie playing Nikola Tesla in it, and it's really interesting. But I because I'm always going on about Tesla, and then I was like, hang on, that's Nikola Tesla. And in the film, he showed Nikola Tesla having free energy. They showed Nikola Tesla creating this machine that duplicates things, and they showed him being burnt down and hounded by you know, the guy in the current wars, the light bulb guy that stole the light bulb. What's his name?
Right.
I can't remember anybody's name.
You mean Edison?
Edison, yeah. So they were
Right.
burning. So he's always on the run. Very interesting to see.
I don't know about that. Wow.
Well, you know, this is part of our film series that we're going to do one day.
I know we are. Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan, yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. But the other thing I was going to say is that I think it's extraordinary that everything we're seeing is all about getting evidence together that nobody can refute. That's what
Right.
this is all about, right? Which
I agree, yes.
segues nicely into this poem.
Oh, great.
Which
You're talented, aren't you?
professional. I'm a professional.
Oh, yes, you are.
So this is a short one, and it's not a tearjerker, this one, but it's I wrote this just after Sidney Powell did her release.
The Kraken.
Yeah, so I'll just crack it off.
Great, let's see it.
Because I don't think you've seen this one. Here we go. Okay, you can play anytime you want. Playing now would be good. You saw me. I clicked the play button.
I know.
Oh, this is good. Okay. So anyway, that was a great poem. We edited that out in the.
No, I want to see it.
It's not
yeah, the Kraken. The Kraken's still out there. General Flynn did another interview the other day, I think yesterday. And, you know, they're still plugging away. They know the truth. That's why I keep saying, don't worry. Just don't worry about time. Don't worry about time. They got all the evidence. And you and I know they're sitting on the Epstein case. They're sitting on the Maxwell case. They're sitting on the Benghazi case. They're sitting on the Hillary Clinton Foundation case. The guy in that case, Hubert, says he's resigning. I'm like, is he resigning because it's over or they're burying it? They're sitting on the Uranium One case. They're sitting on the entire Obama administration Iran deal case. They're sitting on the Russiagate case. Durham, I don't know where he is. But I look at how much is out there that we know is out there. And yet people still aren't getting that we're watching a movie.
Yeah, but Mel, you know, that's a great list, but where's your evidence? Do you know what I mean? You do a lot of this, but I've not seen any. There's nothing happening.
Right.
I'm still trying to make this poem play. This is really annoying. That's never happened before.
Do we have another one that you didn't play yet on our chit chat?
Well, I do, but they're on YouTube, and in fact, yeah. This is really weird. It's just not playing at all. I've had a couple of poems banned by YouTube. We could go and dig those out, but this video will definitely get banned.
Oh.
I'm quite pleased about having poems banned. That's quite interesting.
Isn't that just the craziest thing in the world? It's so crazy.
How can you have a poem banned for misinformation? It's a poem. I know. It's like, what?
That's like the only shows that can actually tell the truth now in America are cartoons. Family Guy and The Simpsons, and you know, those shows can actually tell you the truth, and real shows can't.
Yeah,
because they're cartoons.
Exactly. I'm going to see if this one plays because this one is. Here it is. See if this one works. What? None of them are working. Looks like this is a poetry-free episode now.
Oh, no, that's our favorite part.
If anybody's watching this for the first time, go back to all the Mel and Mark shows, and there are poems in every one, and it's worth it, honestly.
No, I have to say, there's something very bizarre going on with all of our internets, for sure.
It's Mercury in retrograde times 10 with some sugar thrown on top. It's
right. Yeah. I think though I successfully with my Hertz music and my bell jar and all of that I did, and I'm hooking up with one of your friends that you suggested about the light that can walk me through some of the exercises to kind of keep the demons at bay. You know, you have to accept that it's true.
Oh no, look, people are saying, no, it's not true. Yeah, it fucking is true.
Oh yeah.
I've had demons I had a conversation with a guy this morning telling me all about it. Demon literally on my back, pushing me down to the floor. And I'm like, okay, get off. This stuff is real. You have to take it seriously. They're getting weaker, but they're still at it.
Right.
They're still at it. Don't be afraid of them because it's all fear-based. Everything they do is fear-based. They do eat people, but you know, don't worry about that.
Right. Well, that's the truth. It is fear-based. And that's, you know, that's the matrix right now is people stuck in this fear-based panic, you know, world that they refuse to step out of. No matter how much evidence there is, they rather stay in the fear and in the lockstep than just step out of it. It's you can just step out of it. But
Well, we've talked before about Plato's allegory of the cave, haven't we? Have
yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, anybody watching this who's not seen us before, go and look at Plato's allegory of the cave. I keep saying it. I've been saying it for years. That sums up exactly what's going on right now.
Right.
We're the
Right.
guy that went out the cave and saw the sunshine. The
Right.
people that are asleep, the guys are in the cave, and then they don't, and they want to kill him because he's telling them it's really
Right.
beautiful outside.
Yeah, that's
But
exactly what is going on. And you know what, the more, but people are waking up. I know they are. And the more I go outside and see people unmasked and kind of questioning it and really feeling like they've been screwed big time, you know, it's that realization. Once you realize what really happened and actually look at the numbers and look at the websites and really the real ones and figure out that, you know, they destroyed all of our lives on purpose. And it's really devastating to realize. But I think once you realize the truth, there's no going back, and that's I think what's happening, the Great Awakening, as we call it.
well, it's a great awakening on like so many different levels as well. It's you know, I've said it before. It's not the itsy bitsy awakening. This is big. This is big, and some of us are made for it. Some of us are not. Personally, I'm really, really excited about it,
Me
and
too.
every time I see somebody else wake up and start telling me, you know, like I said, I got a phone call earlier. This guy was telling me all his experiences of working high up in the UK political arena. And he said he's on the phone because he'd heard about me and he got my phone number and we had this chat. It was like talking to a brother. It was amazing.
Right.
And
I've had that too. It's amazing. I
it's
love
just
it.
amazing, you know, with all these
Yeah.
connections and we're all scattered all across the world.
Yeah.
It's just
It's so
incredible.
great. Every time I
So,
get, because I'm sure you do too, I get thousands of emails and you know what, it really feels great, especially
oh,
because we have trolls too, but so
oh,
many
the
people
trolls,
saying,
forget the trolls.
yeah, so
But
many
the,
people saying, "Oh my God, thank God I found you guys," or, you know, I knew something was wrong and I just couldn't figure it out, or I knew this didn't make sense and now they get it. And, you know, it's such a positive feeling to know that, you know, no matter how much they try to knock us down and take us off, we're getting out there no matter what. And it is really helping people, you know, figure it out for themselves, which is the goal.
yeah.
And so, you know, that makes every day worth it,
It
you
does.
know?
I get thousands of those, and you know, I was telling this guy today that I've been honey trapped, I've been blackmailed, I've been nearly killed by the Illuminati, right, face
Right.
to
I know.
face with them, right. I've been fighting demons my whole life. They're real. They're 100% real. I've been through hell and back in my own life, and I'm still here. And the
Right.
reason why I'm still here is because I will not give up, and neither will you, because the
Never.
human race will never give up. We are indomitable, right?
Right.
And these evil fuckers are just we just dodged the biggest bullet ever. And they were close,
So
but
close.
no cigar, I'm afraid.
No.
I'm going to show
No
you this,
cigar.
right? Because this is one of my banned poems.
Oh, great.
But I found it on BitChute, which
Nice.
is, and I'm going to show you this because look, it's people, this guy has put my poem up. He's had 8,500 views on my show. It's had 1,200.
No, I know. Oh my God. If I went
This
through it
guy's
with
had
you, you'd be
1,200.
like, how is that possible?
It's like, oh, can't, you
Yeah.
know, it's not even like you earn money on BitChute. Or
No,
is
I
it?
know. I
Anyway,
know.
this one could get us banned, but fuck it.
That's
Ready?
okay. Maybe they won't see this far in.
Can you hear it? Let's get it back to the start. Let's make sure it's nice and loud.
Okay, dear sheeple, you've had your fun. Now shit's about to get real. All that stuff you thought you knew? It's time you knew the deal. Your government lied, your TV lied, your system is full of shit. There is no virus and Joe Biden lost. Can you deal with it? Jimmy Savile was the tip of the berg. You're surrounded by paedophiles that steal and eat children in underground tunnels that go on for thousands of miles. David Icke was right. The Queen is a lizard. I'm sorry to break it so hard. Your life is a dream. The nightmare is real. And it's all in your own backyard. But you've had a good kip for most of your years. It's time to wake up and face up to your fears. You think the world's mad, and you'd be right. But it's madder than that. Better hold tight. When the truth is unleashed, it's gonna hit home. All of this crap, one word, adrenochrome. front of your face, hidden in sight. They call it white rabbit, but this bunny's a fright. So sick and depraved, so evil and cruel, so hard to believe we're taken for fools. In simplest terms, our children are food for underground demons who've had you wooed. They built up a system woven with spells, designed to deceive and delight. It's really a farm, with us as the cattle, our souls stolen in cover of night. In your heart of hearts, you know this is true, although it's a cross we must bear. It's time to stand tall and choose your side. Do it with love and a prayer. God's had enough and sent some of us down to help all our spirits develop. The darkest day is almost here. It's time to wake the fuck up.
Nice job. Nice job. Straight on. Somebody the other day asked me, what's this about adrenochrome? And I explained it to them and they said, how can that be real? And I'm like, it's real. It's real. And that's going to be a big shocker, but it is real and everyone should research it and it's horrifying. And once you know about it and then you do a little digging, you will see who's involved.
Oh, follow the white rabbit. It's
Exactly.
Alice in Wonderland. It goes all the way back. All
Yes,
the way
it
back.
does.
This has been around forever.
Yep. Okay, my friend.
Yeah.
Another week down.
Well, I'm going to miss you. It's like these weeks.
I know.
I live for
But
my
I'll see you
Wednesday
next
afternoon.
Wednesday,
All
as
right.
always, because it's the most fun I have in an hour during the week. And I love you, and I think you're the greatest. And we will speak next Wednesday.
Yeah, you're not bad. You're not bad.
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
Bye. Thanks.